Welcome to Beyond the Headlines, where we talk to our local reporters about the stories that they're covering a little more in depth. And now we had Austin Feeman. He went out into the Twin Cities, into the Bloomington-Normal area, and he found some interesting stuff going on. It looked like the Humane Society is moving on. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the Humane Society has an event going on called Clear the Shelter. Basically what they're doing is they are trying to get all of the animals in the shelter that are there right now out of there. Now, it's not because they don't like them. They are trying to clear it so they can take more animals into the shelter and kind of, save as many animals as they can. They've been overfilled for many, many, many months now, and they're still overfilled, and they're receiving even more animals every single day. So during this event, they really, for the whole month of August, they are reducing their adoption fees. It will be $50 for cats, $25 for any senior cat, and $100 for any dog.
Oh, okay. So actually relatively evenly priced, in a very affordable area. That's quite nice of them to do.
Yeah.
So how can people help out if they cannot adopt?
Yeah, well, so the Humane Society is always looking for supplies. They'll need cleaning supplies. They really need bleach. I was talking to them while I was there today. They are really looking for bleach. That is something that they really need. Non-clumping cat litter, paper towels, blankets, really anything a pet would need. The only thing that they really don't necessarily need is food. They can take food, but they can't feed it to their animals. They have a contract with Health Science Diet, so they feed them their food. But they'll always be they will always be accepting money donations, and also fostering animals is always a great way to help. If you're not able to adopt, you can foster an animal for a short period of time to get them out of the shelter and give that place in the shelter to another animal that needs it.
Okay, so there are ways you can help out without, having to, especially if you already have 2 dogs or 2 cats.
Of course.
I mean, you can always, if you really want another pet.
Yeah, I mean, I was there, and if I did not leave when I did, I would have taken home 6 more cats.
Yeah, I was looking at some of that footage, and it looked difficult to walk in there and not walk home with 5 of them.
There was one cat, his name, I forget his name, but he would not leave my side the entire time, and he loved the camera. He put his head right up into the lens and was like, "Oh, what's this?" It was so cute.
That's so cute. So what is the Clear the Shelter event on Saturday? Is that coming up?
Yeah, so this Saturday is going to be the end of their Clear the Shelter kind of effort. They're ending it with an event, and during this event, they will be basically unveiling a new garden area at their shelter. And this garden area is in honor of, it's called the Holly Park Garden Area, is what we'll say. Basically, one of their board members lost a pet recently, and that pet's name was Holly, and they are building this garden in honor of Holly to kind of celebrate Holly's life and everything. And at this event, you can buy your own garden stone for your own pet. I'm not sure the cost of that, but they will be available for you to purchase for your own pets. They will also have snow cones. They will also have cookies and some pet meet and greet, so you can meet all the little furry friends.
Oh, that's really sweet. It's great that they're doing such an event to, honor a pet passing, because sometimes when, an animal passes, people mourn it, and then people kind of move on. There's no kind of item or gravestone that you can really point at and be like, yeah, this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah, and so this is a great opportunity to celebrate a pet's life if you don't really have another way of celebrating.
Oh, that's great. So plenty of ways to help out outside. Obviously, if you want to adopt, you can. I'm assuming they would want you to adopt with these prices dropping down, but definitely at the same time, if you want to help them, giving them some, cat litter, bleach, those kind of items.
Yeah, adoption is definitely the #1 thing that they're looking for. If you can adopt a pet, they absolutely want you to. You can fill out an application online, and you can hear back from them the same day, if not the next day.
Sweet. Thank you so much for breaking that down for us,
of course,
Mr. Austin Feeman. Well, there are good-smelling flowers and even some bad-smelling ones. One of the world's rarest foul-smelling plant is expected to bloom over the next week. The corpse flower can be found at San Diego's Botanic Garden. It will be on display there, and visitors have the chance to smell its famous pungent odor, but only for short periods of time. That's because the bad smell only lasts about 48 hours after blooming. The blooming of the corpse flower is rare and typically takes up to 10 years to fully bloom. The plant will then start to close up and slowly decay.
I don't know if I want to smell that plant.
Well, you know, I feel like the plant decides for itself if you're going to smell it.
Yeah,
if you're in the,
you're right.
you're in the vicinity. It's an odd. Plants have a really odd way of like defense mechanisms. I assume that's like a way to stop like animals eating it as bloom. Because I know there's this one, I forget the name of the plant, but there's a plant in the Mediterranean that once it hits 37 degrees Celsius, which I think is like in the early hundreds in Fahrenheit, it just combusts and starts a fire.
Interesting.
Because the seeds actually germinate through the fire because it like brings all the, makes the soil like burnt up and nice. It's bizarre.
That is bizarre, but that's also really interesting.
Really is.
Really interesting.
Thank you for coming on. All right, when we
course.
come back on Beyond the Headlines, we've got Alex Berger coming on talking about a local theatre needing the community's help. We've got all those details up next. Welcome back. Another big local story of the day. Peoria Players Theatre is asking the community for help. WMBD's Alex Berger has been following the story all week and joins us now to discuss the issue at hand and what Players is asking from the public. Alex, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
I know you love your theater thing, so give me the rundown. What are they asking?
Hey, you know, I do love my theater thing. This is very true. So Peoria Players Theater in Peoria, obviously, is asking for the community's help. They are wanting around $130,000 to help with some of their maintenance repairs. They've had some of their utilities go out. They've needed to make repairs over the years, and especially this year, over this summer, including their boiler, a air compressor within their AC unit, and they need new AC units itself.
They're getting everything.
They are. So they are really asking for the public's help. They put out a Facebook post saying so.
Why aren't they just getting a whole new facility then?
Yeah. So where they've been in this facility since 1957.
Wow.
That is a long time to be in a building. It can be. But the reason they don't want a new facility is where they are located they're located on Lake and University. It's on a hill. They love that building, and it's a great place for theater. I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of seats, but it's still an intimate enough space that it's not a super large theater that you kind of can't see the show. There's always a good seat in the house, and so if you they want to keep putting work into the building that they've been in for so long. I mean, they've been in operation since the 1910s, and they went through COVID as well.
Wow.
So they love their building, and the idea of getting a new facility has been brought up numerous times, but they love their facility, and they just want to keep putting the work into the one they've had for so long.
So they're putting a lot of work in. They're trying to figure things out, what they need. How can the community help them out?
Yeah, so on their Facebook, they have listed a QR code. They put a QR code in there that takes them directly to their website, to a place where they can donate if they want. And they're saying, you know, any little bit helps, and they're wanting as much, because the air compressor itself cost $9,000. That went out during their most recent show, Beetlejuice Jr. And so they really are wanting to fully replace their entire AC system, just to make sure there's still, you know, clean air going through there, and that everything is running smoothly. So they're
especially if it's getting really hot.
Yes. Obviously, you know, it's still summer, and so it's still warm. They want to make sure that they you know, their business administrator said they want to make sure they can kind of have a comfortable space for all of their patrons, because they do so many shows. They have a big catalog of shows coming up, so they want to make sure that their audience is comfortable.
Okay,
So,
sweet.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Alex, for breaking that down. I know.
Gladly.
I'm glad you're on the theater beat. You got that locked down, and you always know what's going on.
What can I say? It's it runs in my family, right?
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Well, if you didn't already know, the Manchester band Oasis is back on tour after a 15-year hiatus. Their tour started overseas earlier this summer, but now they are in the States. Starting off in Chicago tonight, here's a special drone light show that lit up Chicago's sky last night to hype up fans. The show at Soldier Field is the only gig that will be in the Midwest on their tour. Unlucky. Earlier this week, a viral pop-up store for the band located in Wicker Park has been busy. It's open through September 2nd. The last time the band played in Chicago was back in 2008. Only one stop in the Midwest?
That's, you know, while uncommon as that may be, sometimes people will only stop in Indianapolis. Sometimes they'll only stop in like St. Louis or something like that.
Right, yeah.
You know, still not super far drives for everyone. There's still, you know, place they can drive down. My thing is Oasis, yes, I'm sure there's a lot of popularity with them in Europe. There's a huge following in the US too. Kerry, can you name 3 Oasis songs? Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, and...
They did Wonderwall?
Yeah.
Oh, is that...
Exactly, yeah.
Supernova.
That's it, Champagne Supernova.
Yes.
That's it.
I know
we
that
got
one.
the 3. Thank you,
So,
Oasis,
yeah,
for your contribution to the...
I mean, yeah, I did have Sarah in my ear give me the answer, so, you know, I'm trying to get away with it.
And great band, and they have some really, their debut album was really, really, really good, but...
I mean, Wonderwall's great.
They hate each other so much, and so it's so
Really?
Yeah, they're brothers, and they just had a huge falling out.
Is that
huge
why they've
fight.
been apart for 15 years? Oh my
Yeah, they had an on-stage fight, and they
Oh.
just separated. And now everyone's like, oh man, I guess they made up and came back together because they teased it on Facebook and all
We
that.
need to
so.
talk about this tea later.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, all right, we've got one more local story for you when we return on Beyond the Headlines. We're sitting down with Jack Bozikis to discuss a local food truck that's making a difference. We'll be right back. Welcome back, you beautiful people. A local food truck is making it a priority to take care of those in need. And then we're taking a look at what's hot and what's not in the box office. Our movie expert and WNBD reporter Jack Bozikis joins us now. Let's start with the food truck story. Tell me what's going on there.
Yeah, so Twisted Pasta, they were out outside of Pathway Ministries today, handing out free food to those in need, and it was a pretty good time. They got out right out of their noon mass, and it was a line down the street of people getting lunch.
Wow, okay, so why were they handing out free food? What was the gig?
Yeah, so the owner, he has had some past struggles himself, and now he wants to give back to his community. He, thankfully, his business, which opened earlier this year, it took off, and he's been doing really well, and, he feels that now he's in a position to be able to give back to the
Actually
community.
help out people
Yeah,
and, get people on their feet, help them out.
Yeah,
That's so
provide a
sweet.
free meal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I always enjoy a free meal.
Absolutely.
Well, what were they serving? Was it just pasta?
No, it was a little bit of everything.
Ooh.
They were giving out their top sellers, which was spaghetti grilled cheese, fettuccine Alfredo, homemade garlic knots, and pasta cones.
Ooh.
So it was I was looking at it.
I do like an Alfredo.
Yeah, Hey, can't beat the Alfredo.
Yeah.
No, yeah. They actually let me have a grilled cheese spaghetti, and I've
Okay.
never tried anything like it. But it was incredible.
Good. Oh,
it was
okay.
really
I could
good.
meet-
Yeah.
So the spaghetti's in the grilled cheese.
Yeah. It was like a grilled cheese it was Texas toast, so it was that thick bread. There was cheese in it, and then also like the spaghetti was just right in the
Wow.
middle of it.
It's like
And-
combining American culture and Italian culture into one sandwich.
Exactly. I didn't think I was gonna like it because I'm kind of a picky eater, but it was delicious.
Well, you also started a new segment that airs on Sunday mornings, and it's called Jack in the Box. See what you mean?
Jack in the Box.
Oh,
office.
Jack's in the Box office.
Yeah, that might get a little,
Oh, yeah.
little
Ooh.
gray areas is with the restaurant. No, yeah, Jack in the Box Office.
Tell us about what movie you watched this week and what you thought about it.
Yeah, so this week it's a little slow in the box office. I went and saw The Naked Gun, which has been out since early August, and it was a fun time. It was really funny, really funny, and I really hope Hollywood makes more slapstick comedy movies like this. It's kind of been a dying art. There hasn't really been any, comedy movies out that is slapstick like this since the early to mid 2000s, and it was a really fun time. There's nothing better than going into a movie with a bunch of strangers and you all just laugh together.
Oh yeah, and I could imagine with Hollywood, I know a lot of people have moved away from the movies. They're not as much, movies aren't as big as they were back in the day. Do you think if there was more stuff like this, we'd see more people come to the movies?
I do. I really do. I think that, there's a lot of superhero movies, there's a lot of horror movies out there, but there's not a lot of comedy movies anymore. And I think if we kind of go back to our old ways and start making more comedy, especially slapstick comedy movies, I think
just get at least a wider genre. You know, especially during 2018, it was like every movie was superheroes, and it was just like, okay, guys, we can come up with other ideas.
Totally.
And not that the Marvel era was pretty.
I mean, come on now. I love my superhero movies. You know me.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it was a fun time, and I hope they make more movies like it.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. And you said you're Jack in the Box Office. That's on.
It's on
Sunday mornings
in our Sunday WMED morning show.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Well, here's an entertainment story just for Jack. The fourth and final movie in the Conjuring universe comes out next week, and one of the lead actresses recently shared a spooky detail. The movie stars Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson playing the real-life couple of Lorraine and Ed Warren, who are paranormal investigators. But in an interview earlier this week on E! Network, Farmiga explained the physical toll filming these movies takes. Get this, she says she gets bruises while filming that are shaped like crosses. She said the cross-shaped bruises have followed her throughout the filming, the entire 4 movies. That's scary.
That is terrifying.
I could understand why she feels a little spooked out from that.
Yeah, I would.
And she's beaten all 4 movies. I haven't watched any of the Conjurings.
Yeah. I've only seen the first 2. I'm gonna watch the 3rd one here this week, and then go see the new one next week.
Right. Yeah. For Jack in the Box Office.
For Jack in the Box Office, of course. And I'm not really a scary guy. They scare me, but
they scare. I was terrible with horror movies. I remember I watched Paranormal Activity with my dad when I was 14. I think it was the 3rd one. Oh my God, I could not sleep properly for like 3 months.
Yeah.
But I actually really like horror video games. That's it's a really, and that feels like it should be more scary because you're like.
You're in it. Have you played Outlast?
Yeah,
Outlast is super scary.
That's a fire game.
Oh, it's incredible, and those put you into it.
Oh yeah, you get in there.
Yeah, it's different than a movie.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jack. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks for joining us for today's Beyond the Headlines. You can find all these stories and more over on our website, ciproud.com. See you later.
For breaking news and weather updates 24/7, log on to ciproud.com and download the free CI Proud to Go mobile app.